Yeah, thanks very much, Dan. A very good start to the night to Lee Miles and Greg Sugars. Well done to Be Good Juddy, who ran really well first up at Kilmore. It was a very good run. He made up good ground from back in the field, and well done, Greg. Good effort tonight. The tempo was very genuine from the word go, and certainly he came out of the gate well, got shuffled back along the pegs, but the brakes all opened up at the right time. And when you're running those times, the pegs is a good place to be, and turned out beautifully for you in the home straight.
Yeah, that's right. No, it couldn't have worked out any better for him. Had the good draw, which many occasions that's what the winner needs to win the MOs, because they're always very evenly matched fields. And yeah, lucky the speed was on from start to finish, so that sort of took care of the horses off the fence and out the back trying to come wide. And yeah, we got all the favours.
He's been a nice horse all the way through his career. He's run some really good races, probably just short of the better ones of his age group, but he's certainly been in that second tier bracket and been very competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Lee's done a lovely job with him right throughout. He was an early goer, and he's might be about 5 or 6 years of age now, I think, from memory, and winning an MO and in a career best run. So, it's been a lovely horse.
Another great performance by this horse. Couldn't ask much more.
No, he's done a super job, and he just keeps getting better and better. So hopefully he can continue on.
Racing very well, this horse. The last few starts been 1-2, 1-2. Got stuck with the system, and after a 2, it's got a 1. So well done.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that consistency, Rob, and earning all the time. So yeah, happy with that.
Tell me a little bit about this girl, because she seems to have some pretty good ability, coming along nicely, taking on a few of the older horses now, and you'd be happy with her progress.
Yeah, I am. She has above average ability, and she's, like you said, at Geelong a couple of starts ago, she took on the older horses from the stands, 5 Targe and the likes, and she's done a pretty good job to beat them. And she played up a bit last time and ran into a really smart one who's flying. So, she's only just turned 4, like you said, and I think she's doing a pretty good job considering.
Yeah, she is. What's the plan? Do you just keep going with her at the moment?
Yeah, that's it. Just go, race her along the grades and see how she goes, and yeah, take it from there, I guess.
Well done, Rebecca. I've been seeing you and Steve here a bit in recent times. Hopefully we'll be seeing you a bit more often later on tonight as well, but at least good way to start the night off. And as I mentioned, she's put the writing on the wall with some really good runs in recent times and was working up to a win and picked a good night to win.
Yeah, she did. She's probably been a little bit disappointing early on in her career, but we've changed a few things at home with her and her work, and she's been going really good since we've done that.
Had a nice soft trip, and certainly the leaders didn't have to work too hard up in the front, and looked to be a race dominated by the leaders, but she's done a very good job to mow them down.
She has, and that's how she's got to be driven, just with one last hit at him, and she's been able to produce that tonight, which is good.
Yeah, well, Dan, I can't say how impressed I am of Major Crocker's first up performance here tonight. Vince Villalonga deserves enormous amount of credit in the way he's been able to prepare his horse first up. I mean, he's had a little bit of a break. We heard from Greg earlier on, he's heading over to Western Australia for his 3rd attempt at the Inter-Dominion, and in all honesty, probably as a 7-year-old, he's more seasoned and toughened for this assignment that he's probably been in the past, because he's got the strength this time. He went over there as a relatively young horse, taking on some very good horses at the time, and as we heard, he won the Consolation, and things didn't pan out too well for him last season, but at the moment, you couldn't be happy where he's at, Greg.
Yeah, no, exactly right. As I said it earlier, the horse always does race well fresh, but Vince has done a magnificent job, managing this horse right throughout his career. Obviously, he was a very handy young horse, particularly his 3-year-old year, when he was a Breeders' Crown winner. And when he reached the sort of open company, it probably did take him, a good season, to sort of adapt to that style of racing, as most of them do. And but to the horse's credit, and to Vince and his team, they've sort of got the horse going better than ever. As you say, he's a 7-year-old now, and you know, that's probably just about as good a run as he's ever put in. So very pleasing, heading towards the good races.
And that was her 22nd win, 58 starts. Victory tonight, taking her prize money now 363,000 and still ticking over pretty well. Good on you, Gav.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, no, she's getting better with age.
Just priceless, that early speed of hers.
Yeah, for sure. I remember many years ago I drove a very good horse for Graham Johansson called Aim First, and one of his owners, great form student, Brian Atkinson, was one of the share owners of the horse, and he said to me, the horse racked up 200,000 or something, and then he said to me, if only that horse had been a second quicker early, he said he would have won $500,000, and that's the beauty of this one, is that she has that ability to put herself in a position early and makes a lot of difference.
It certainly does, and she's obviously holding her condition, racing with great zest, and really can't ask for much more.
No, quite true, and you know, she's. I haven't sort of driven her much in the time. I mean, only most recently, but I can't fault her.
And winning a race named in the honour of True Roman, that would certainly make your win a little bit special too.
No, too right. Great horse to me. I'm not sure I'll win 67 races on this one like I did with him, but he was a great horse for me back, you know, in my 20s when I was sort of starting to get established. So, yeah, no, he was a great horse for me.
Well done, Bec. What did you think?
No, I thought it was good. I probably was not travelling as good around the bend as I would have liked him to, but he just tries so hard, and that's what gets him over the line.
Yeah, no question about that. He got the job done. He had to do it the tough way. He went well. As you mentioned, I suppose you just got to keep taking the next step, don't you? And that's what it's going to come down with this horse. He's you know, holding and beating these horses at this class, and I suppose if the aim's to go higher, he's got to keep lifting the bar.
Yeah, that's right. Every race we put him now is only going to get harder for him, and our aim is to get to Perth, and you know, he's got to step up to be able to get there, but he's taken it all in his stride and he's doing it really comfortable in himself.
Just, are you still looking at a Victoria Cup? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, that'll be our next aim, Victoria Cup. I think that will be his next run from.
Yeah. Just sort of assessing the horse. I mean, obviously he confronts himself in the Victoria Cup, and you know, correct me if you don't agree with me. I mean, sort of probably for his best chance, do you see him that he's probably going to be driven like 3 back to pegs, just smothered away somewhere?
Yeah, like it's going to be a really good field, so we got to take that into consideration, that he's an up and comer, and you know, his run in the free for all, that really took a little bit out of him. He was quite tired the next day, so it's just going to get tougher for him, but I think that will improve him a lot.
Well done, Greg. She got the job done. A little bit of pressure there throughout. She hadn't had a run for a little while and was able to fight off the challenges.
Yeah, that's right. No, she found the front over probably her preferred distance. She was always going to be hard to beat, and yeah, got sort of a little bit of pressure, but were able to back it off reasonable through the middle stages, and she was too strong.
She certainly was. She finished off the season in great fashion as a 4-year-old. She probably had her best racing in that last 6-month period. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, when you sort of start to think probably a bit before that, you would have thought maybe her days are numbered, and she had to really come through with a real purple patch, and this preparation, she's probably raced as good as ever. So just a credit to the team.
Well done, Chris. Another good performance by this mare. She's ticking over well and continuing to record another win.
Yeah, she seems to be getting better and better each run, Rob. She just flops along in front, but then when it's time to go, she really knuckles down well.
Yeah, coming to the home turn, they sort of got close to her. You had to sort of shake her up, but once she did, she really responded.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She's funny like that. Till you pull the blinds down, you think you've got nothing. And at the 400 tonight, I thought, oh, we might be in a bit of trouble. But once you kick them down, she turns on and off she goes.
Nicely bred mare, and hopefully will continue to go on. You're sort of feeling confident she's on the up?
Yeah, I think she's a half-sister to that champion Atticus that was around a few years ago, so she should just go on to bigger and better things.
So well done, Chris. A very good performance by this horse. He's really relishing running in the claiming races, and he did a bit of work early, and on face value, he looked maybe a little bit vulnerable after the start for a while, but he's just pulled away. He was too good.
Yeah, he's doing a great job in this grade, and he's got a lot of confidence at the moment, and seems to be helping him. He gets up and travels there, and usually when he gets off the bit like he was at the 500, he'd sort of half give it away, but he fought on really well.
Yeah, he's enjoying his racing. Obviously, he found a new little zest in his racing career, and hopefully these type of claiming races, they certainly help horses of his calibre.
Yeah, for sure. If he was racing, in his normal grade, there's no way he would have won sort of 4 or 5 of his last 7 starts. And yeah, it's great. Just keeps him ticking over well.